Uh, This one's gonna be like a little banger. Cause you already know how we do, Cody. You know that when me and you get together, we do great, amazing things.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Now,
Dude, I haven't been able to get in here with
I know it's been a fat minute, man.
you.
Missed you. But last night, I'm just chilling, and I see Deshaun Watson takes off all his Instagram posts of the Houston Texans, and I mean everything over the past 4 years. Then you see him on the Pro Bowl Madden, Madden live stream where Deion Sanders, he's asking him, they told me not to tell, not to ask you, but like wherever you go, just take me with you. And Deshaun just starts laughing and says, "Yeah, you got my cell. Hit me up, hit me up." And when I tell you, Cody, that that's one of the most hurtful things that I have experienced as a sports fan, and this is saying a lot as a Houston, you know, we've been through the horribles of the '05 Astros who got swept by the White Sox. You have the Rockets constantly getting beat by Kobe. You have the Astros sucking. You have the Astros being great. But I think this hurts more because we see Deshaun Watson, and I thought he was the guy. I was there. I will always remember where I was when he was drafted. I was working at the YMCA, and I see we trade up. I'm like, we're gonna get Deshaun Watson. We're getting Deshaun Watson, and this guy, I said he's gonna bring us a Super Bowl, and now it's looked like he's gone.
Yeah, man. Regarding the stuff last night, he looks like he's full of himself. Like that's just kind of the simplest way to put it. I mean, he's 25 years old, a billion or millionaire, sorry, and he just looks like he's completely full of himself. Yeah, it definitely hurts. And I'll start by saying, with my criticisms of Deshaun, it's by no means backing the organization.
Yeah,
Because they are
we shot ourselves in the foot.
Yeah, they are a shit show. Cal's a moron. Jack's a snake. Most of the blame goes on them. But Deshaun Watson is not blameless in what's going on right now. He knows what he is doing. His manager, or his agent, I'm sorry, knows what he's doing. David Mulgeta. Yeah, he knows what he's doing, and he's trying to get him to what it looks like is a bigger market for money reasons. So New York, for example.
New York, Miami.
Yeah, he was the guy. Mm-hmm. We heard the Michael Jordan comparisons from Dabo Sweeney. We heard he was a leader, and right now it ain't looking like it.
Yeah, and then when you see tweets that say before Deshaun Watson ever plays it down wherever he goes, whether it's New York or Miami, he will have at least $200 million of endorsements just by stepping into the New York market area or the Miami area. And I think I don't want to say the money got to him because the Houston Texans do get majority of the blame. Don't get me wrong. But like I said, he's not like he's at fault. As when you cry on your draft day and you talk about how you're gonna bring this city a Lombardi, that in your last press conference you said that you want to be legendary, that you want to help this city, and we were fool. I mean, I don't want to say we were fools, but man, I suckered in. I was saying this guy is all Houston because if you look at his background, right, he's not one of those prima donna guys that came from a rich family. He came from the trenches. This dude got a house built for him by the Atlanta Falcons. This guy, in no shape or form, came from any wealth. He looked like he was just a blue collar player, hard worker, and that's what the city of Houston is. It's just a bunch of hardworking people. And we adopted Deshaun Watson. And it made it feel like this was Deshaun Watson's kingdom. Like he is the franchise. And seeing the way he's acting, it just hurts bad. And I mean really bad. Because I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, man. The city absolutely loved Deshaun. I mean, there wasn't a person I don't think that you talked to as a Texans fan that was like, well, there's a couple of trolls or whatever on Twitter, but you don't find many people that didn't like Deshaun until all of this started happening. And look, like I was saying earlier, he's not blameless in this. Again, organization is a shit show, but Deshaun had opportunities to help fix the situation we have going on. He's sitting there and he's defending Bill O'Brien in press conferences. Now, I understand, you're in a press conference. You have to say the right thing to protect your image and stuff. But there's stuff that goes on in the organization. J.J. Watt went to ownership and said Bill has to go, and he got fired. Deshaun Watson has that power. Deshaun Watson was also thanking Jack Easterby after he got his contract signed. All of these problems were here when he signed his contract. Now, I will admit they have changed to probably a higher degree. But he knew what was going on when he signed his contract. All these guys were here. He did nothing about it, and now he wants out. That's quitting. That's quitting in my book. And just, especially if he goes to a market like New York, like you were talking about earlier, Ruben, you're literally only going there for the money. That's fake. That's just fake. Because you're in the same situation you are with us. If he's
in a worse situation than what he is.
Yeah, same, worse, whatever. I mean, I'm just saying they're not going to have any picks either because they're trading them all for you.
Yep.
It's just like you're literally only going there for money. That's all you're doing. And it's just, again, maybe he wasn't the person we thought he was.
And that's what I don't want to believe because, we see the videos of him giving nurses his game check when he was a rookie season. He's done a bunch of great things for the city of Houston. I hate the way that he is being perceived. I hate the way he's acting, but can you blame him? When the Kansas City Chiefs, they let his boy walk in Tyrann Mathieu. They let his other friend walk in Jadeveon Clowney. They traded away his boy, DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, it was all a slippery slope going down, down, down. Can you really blame the guy for how he's acting? I mean, I still think you do got to give him some blame. You are the franchise. You are the quarterback. You are the leader. Like you say, he could have did something, and he just didn't.
And, you named all those things. He signed the contract after all those things happened. He signed, a very lucrative contract to be here after all those things happened. So, again, probably 85% of this, 90% of this is on the organization. But I can't sit here and say, Deshaun is just an innocent bystander in this because it's on him too. I just keep going back to it. It just doesn't look like he was the man we thought he was. And it looks like it's a whole lot of got paid syndrome. He got that money. Like you said earlier, he came from really nothing. He got the money. And then now he just can't get enough of it. He, again, looks like he was full of himself last night.
I mean, he had those diamond-encrusted glasses. He got the chain on. He had the Louis on. I'm going to support him wherever he goes. But I think one thing that I need to clear out that I'm a team of the fan first. I'm not going to jump ship. We're not going to jump ship just because we lose a Deshaun Watson. So where do you send him? Where do you think you send him that benefits the team most? Is it New York or is it Miami?
Okay, well, I'll just say real quick that those are honestly the only two options.
Only two options. I don't see him going anywhere else.
Just because they're the only two that have the assets. And Jacksonville has it, but they're not going to trade him in the division. So that kind of rules them out. But those are the two that have the assets to make it happen. Now, the thing with New York is I don't see why they would do it. I really don't, because they are much more than a quarterback away. That they have a bunch of picks now to rebuild their team. They're going to send all those picks away just to get a quarterback and not have the rest of the team around them. Like I don't see why the Jets would do that because it cripples their future. So if I had to put my money on it, and if a trade actually gets done, it's Miami. Miami makes the most sense because, one, they're in a position to win now. Two, they have the assets to get the trade done. Like, people have been saying, Benjamin Albright said he talked to some GMs, and it was like 3 firsts and 3 seconds start the conversation. That's where it starts. So a little bit more than that, maybe a player add in a third or whatever it may be. But those are the only two teams if I had to put my money on it, Miami, because they're in a win now position. And if they get to Watson, they're definitely in the playoffs, if not farther than that.
So I agree. Like, I was really high on New York. I said, let's send them to New York. Let's take their 2 first, their second this year, their 2 first next year, and their second. Maybe you try to get Quentin Williams. I don't see them adding Quentin Williams, but then again, we know Robert Saleh really, really, really wants Deshaun Watson. Maybe they budge. I would love that more. Use that second pick, trade back. I'm looking. If I do get the number 2 overall pick, I'm looking at Detroit. I'm saying, look, you're about to start over. You have the 7th overall pick. Make me an offer. If you get 2 first and some couple picks, I would love that. But I do like the idea of getting Tua Tagovailoa. And I know you have your doubts about it, and I did as well. But that all changed yesterday when the Houston Texans hired Pep Hamilton to be their new QB's coach. Now, Pep Hamilton did work with Andrew Luck. I'm not going to say he made Andrew Luck, but he had a pretty big deal of how successful he was. And then you saw what he did with Justin Herbert last year. Nobody expected this from Justin Herbert whatsoever. And Pep Hamilton was his QB coach. And then when you see what happened with Josh Allen, he was asked his first 2 years in the league. And this year he looked like an MVP caliber quarterback. Give me Pep Hamilton, give me Tua, and just work. Build him up.
Yeah. So my thing with Tua is I'm not going to bash him for rookie season. Dudes have bad rookie seasons all the time, and he just came off a very serious injury.
He had to learn how to walk again.
Yeah, so I'm definitely not going to bash him. I haven't watched enough of him this last year to give you a good understanding of his game or what he did wrong or whatever. But, if that's what it is, then so be it. Like you said, the Jets would be great. They have the number 2 pick. If they're stupid enough to do it, then great, but they aren't the Jets of old. Robert Saleh and I'm forgetting the GM's name, but he came from Philadelphia, and they are not stupid people. So I definitely don't see that happening. But if you get Tua plus 3 firsts and a couple seconds, then it is what it is. You're starting to rebuild anyways.
So now you have the number 3 overall pick.
What do I do with it?
I know what I want to do with it.
Trade back?
I want to. But Devontae Smith with Tua, and I see how you don't sign up for that, because the money that you're gonna save from not signing Will Fuller, because I think he's gonna be gone if Deshaun Watson's gone, you use that money to help build that defense. Whatever money you save and picks you save from Watt, you use on the defense. But I think when you have a talent like Devontae Smith, and you have a young QB and a young wide receiver, this could be your new 1-2 for the next 5, 6, 7 years. And I don't know how you don't sign up for that. And the only knock on Devontae Smith is that he's skinny.
Right.
That's the only thing.
The only thing I will do is, because this draft class at wide receiver is so stacked. It's so stacked. I think I would still trade back if you're not going to get a quarterback. Just to compile that picture, you're going to rebuild. That's just, I get what you're saying. And they played together at Alabama. So
they want to pick back again.
Yeah, they have that connection. But me personally, I would trade back and get more picks, because, like you said, if you get Carolina or the Lions to trade up, then you're looking at least a second and a third. I mean, we saw what Chicago traded for Mitchell Trubisky. They went up 1 spot and they traded a second and a third. But that's all I got on that.
I mean, I just want to see what happens. Now here's a question: if the Texans don't trade Deshaun Watson, are you happy?
I personally expect him to still be on the team. I don't like his antics, but same time, Troy Aikman requested a trade in Dallas back in the day because he didn't trust Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson. He ended up staying on the team. He's a Hall of Famer. Great. I he won't be the same to me after this. If he's here, great. If we trade him, cool. But if he stays, I can't really look at him the same.
I feel like he burned his bridge last night.
Yeah, that you can get that conclusion from some.
I feel like he's just done. But I mean, it remains to be seen what happens. We got to see where he's traded to first. So what are your thoughts about our friend Ricardo loves Zach Wilson. He is someone I wouldn't mind taking.
So look, I really like Zach Wilson. I like him over Fields. I will say I've watched limited film on them. I've watched 3 games apiece between the two. And Zach Wilson's at a small college, of course. They're not Power 5, BYU. But at quarterback, I don't necessarily need to see the talent you're playing against. I need to see if you're accurate with the ball, if you have good ball placement, if you can read the defense, all this other stuff. Both these guys are mobile. Zach Wilson's accuracy is much better than Fields. I saw too many times where Fields was throwing a pass and the ball placement was bad. And there was a couple where if he puts the ball in the right spot, it's a touchdown, but it only went for a 15-yard gain. Well, that's not bad, but that's just how good Ohio State was. 15-yard gain, that could have been a touchdown if the ball placement was right. Now, Zach Wilson, I don't really know who to compare him to. I really like him, but with Justin Fields, I kind of get that Marcus Mariota vibe.
Mm-hmm. And then you got to also think we're going to have our first-round pick next year. There's a good chance that's a high 3-5, top 5 pick.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think the Miami trade is more beneficial for the future, because if you do get Tua, you still have your first round pick, then there's a good chance you're not going to be that good, but you'll still have a potential high pick. Or if you do take a quarterback in Zach Wilson, something like that, then next year's pick, if you do get a high one, just trade back and build this team.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of different outcomes that could be happening with the Deshaun Watson trade, but we just got to see what's going on. So, Cody, we did another banger. It's been a minute since we had you on.
Yes, sir. Can I say one thing before we cut this off? Because I know it's going to be in the comment section. People saying Deshaun was lied to and stuff like that, that he found out on social media about the hiring and the trading of Deshaun or whatever. His teammates also found out about him requesting a trade on social media. I mean, take it as you will. I just wanted to say that because I forgot about it earlier, but I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Let us know what you think, guys. You guys have a happy Saturday as always. Go Texans. It's going to be a rough couple of weeks coming up, but hey, we're excited for it.